Hey guys, welcome back to Board Watch. I'm Brian.
And I'm Joey.
And we are getting into Season 6, Episode 7.
And 8.
Sorry,
today.
yeah, 7 and 8 today.
Yeah.
So,
we're almost there.
just as a quick reminder before we get into the episode, so since this episode is going to be posted on Saturday, we should have all of our information available for when we're going to be doing a live stream on Tuesday and Thursday. We should hopefully have our schedules by the time I post this video, so just look in the description. I should have all of the information as to specific times that we're going to be doing Episodes 9 live stream, most likely on Tuesday, and Episode 10's live stream, most likely on Thursday. But without further ado, Valar Urnabies.
Valar Urnabies.
Cold open.
Right into it. Oh yeah, you're right. No intro. Are these building the ships? They're showing like what a nice, stable community can be. That's so sad. Oh, yeah. That teaser maybe somewhere is actually like that.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh shit! What the fuck? What the fuck? He didn't die? Is that in the past? It's fucking strong though. Jesus Christ.
When I found you, I thought you'd been dead for days. Well, you were stinking already, and you had bugs all over you, and bone was coming through it right there. I was going to give you a proper burial, and then you coughed. Nearly shit myself. I reckoned you were going to die by the time I loaded you on the wagon, but you didn't. Now, I reckon you die a dozen more times over the next few days, but you didn't. What kept you going?
Hate. The king mentioned that since your reunion, you haven't joined him in the marriage bed.
No.
You have a duty, Your Grace, to your husband, your king, your country, to the gods themselves.
It's just the desires that once drove me no longer do.
Congress does not require desire on the woman's part, only patience.
What the fuck?
The king must have an heir.
You will leave for High Garden today. There is no law that says you must stay here.
I am the queen. It is my duty to serve my husband, the king. But you should leave, grandmother. Your place is at home.
I will never leave you. Never.
You must. Go.
She's so good. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Find comfort
She scared me
in
for a
prayer
second. That was
and
good.
works. The mother watches over us all.
She's good. Oh my god.
You're right. This isn't your fight. You shouldn't have to come to Winterfell with me. I shouldn't be asking you. It's not the deal we made. I need you with me
He's
if
good
we're going to
at his
beat them, and
communication
we
skills.
need to beat them if you're going to survive.
The crows killed him because he spoke for the free folk when no other southerners would. He died for us. If we are not willing to do the same for him, we're cowards. And if that's what we are, we deserve to be the last of the free folk.
I'm leaving this wretched city as fast as I can before that shoeless zealot throws me into one of his cells. If you're half as bright as you think you are, you'll find a way out of here too.
Never. I'll never leave my son.
What'll you do then? You have no support. Not anymore. Your brother's gone. The High Sparrow saw to that. The rest of your family have abandoned you. The people despise you. You're surrounded by enemies, thousands of them. You're going to kill them all by yourself? You've lost Cersei. It's the only joy I could find in all this misery.
I expect to command all the Lannister forces before long. You can be the right hand I lost.
You promised me a lordship and a castle and a highborn beauty for a wife.
And you'll get all three. A Lannister always
Don't
pays...
say it. Don't fucking say it.
Don't say it. Don't fucking say it.
You think I won't do it, old man? I sliced your niece's throat from ear to ear. And where were you? Running and hiding like a fucking coward. Yield the castle, or I cut his throat.
Only a fool makes threats he's not prepared to carry out. Well, let's say I threatened to hit you unless you shut your mouth, but you kept talking. What do you think I'd do?
I don't give a rap.
I'm here by the king's command to take back this castle. Have him bathed and fed. Unless you'd like to take his place.
Apologies, Sir Jamie. Do as he says.
The siege is now under my command. The next time the Blackfish looks out from those ramparts, we'll see an army at his gates, not whatever this is.
I was his steward. In fact,
I think we've had enough small talk. Why are you here?
Damn.
Stannis Baratheon garrisoned at Castle Black before he marched on Winterfell and was killed. He showed me the letter you wrote to him when he petitioned for men. It said...
I remember what it said. Bear Island knows no king but the king in the north, whose name is Stark.
I understand how you feel.
I don't know you, sir.
Davos, my lady of House Seaworth. You needn't ask your maester about my house. It's rather new.
All right, Sir Davos of House Seaworth. How is it you understand how I feel?
You never thought you'd find yourself in your position. Being responsible for so many lives at such a young age. I never thought I'd be in my position. I was a crabber's son, then I was a smuggler. And now I find myself addressing the lady of a great house in time of war. But I'm here because this isn't someone else's war. It's our war.
Go on, Sir Davos.
Your uncle, Lord Commander Mormont, made that man his steward. He chose Jon to be his successor because he knew he had the courage to do what was right, even if it meant giving his life. Because Geo Mormont and Jon Snow both understood that the real war isn't between a few squabbling houses. It's between the living and the dead. And make no mistake, my lady, the dead are coming.
Is this true?
Your uncle fought them at the Fist of the First Men. I fought them at Hardhome. We both lost.
I like this one.
House Mormont has kept faith with House Stark for 1,000 years. We will not break faith today.
Thank you, my lady. How many fighting men can we expect?
$62.
Shut the fuck up.
62.
We are not a large house, but we're a proud one. And every man from Bear Island fights for the strength of 10 mainlanders.
If they're half as ferocious as their lady, the Boltons are doomed.
Alright, well, they got a little bit of making up to do still.
Well,
but
they
hey,
said start with the small houses.
Yeah,
and
keep moving.
The war is over, sir. Why sacrifice living men to a lost cause?
As long as I'm standing, the war is not over. This is my home. I was born in this castle, and I'm ready to die in it. So you can either attack, or try to starve us out. We have enough provisions for 2 years. Do you have 2 years, Kingslayer?
I would remind you that House Glover is pledged to House Stark, sworn to answer when called upon.
Yes, my family served House Stark for centuries. We wept when we heard of your father's death. When my brother was lord of this castle, he answered Rob's call and hailed him king in the door. And where was King Rob when the Ironborn attacked this castle? When they threw my wife and children in prison and brutalized and killed our subjects? Taking up with a foreign whore, getting himself and those who followed him killed. I served House Stark once, but House Stark is dead.
You escaped, you hear me? You got away and you're never going back. We'll get justice for you.
If I got justice, my burnt body would hang over the gates of Winterfell.
Fuck justice then, we'll get revenge. Drink.
Fuck justice.
Listen to me. If you're so broken that there's no coming back, take a knife and cut your wrists. End it. But if you're staying, Theon, I need you. We're gonna sail to Marine. We're gonna make a pact with this Dragon Queen. And we're gonna take back the Iron Islands.
So he's your most trusted advisor now? Because he secured 62 men from a 10-year-old.
So Davos is the reason I'm standing here talking to you, and you served Stannis for years.
Stannis, who lost the Blackwater, who murdered his own brother, who doesn't have a head. It's not enough. We need more men.
There's no time.
If we went down to Castle Kerwin, I know that Lord Kerwin...
We fight with the army we have.
Who are you protecting us from?
Do you have any horses?
No horses. No gold. No steel.
Food then. Protecting the people is hungry work.
I'm sure it is. You're welcome to stay for supper. But we have hungry mouths here.
Stay safe.
Sweet girl.
What the fuck? Holy shit. I thought she died. Fuck that chick. She's on my bottom 3 too. I found my third person. No, he's not already hanging. Damn, he had one episode cameo. Oh, he's gonna fuck them up. Go get him. Oh,
the Hound is back!
The Hound is back, though. Oh, and they gotta go wreak havoc on whoever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Man. Fucking Arya got stabbed. Oh, I thought she almost died.
Which one do you want to start with, Arya or the Hound?
Let's start with Arya.
Let's start with Arya. Okay. So, basically everyone is Bob Nicoli, Chloe, a lot of people, Riley, Moonfisher, Chloe, Riley, Moonfisher, Coldfire, Montana, everyone's asking, will she survive? How?
Yeah, she'll survive. I don't know where she'll go, though. I hope she runs across somebody who can heal her, but she'll survive. The fact that she didn't die right then and there, thank God, was the indication that she'll survive. I think. I don't know
now,
where she'll go.
It is still up in the air, so on the chance that she did die, Belanglos wants to know what was even the point of her story.
Oh my God, if I don't know, then I can't imagine Arya dying. Let's not go down that road.
Okay.
No, I mean
we'll go down the other road. Okay, we'll go down the other road then.
Yeah.
Who can she turn? Roger Smith, Montana Donaldson, Coldfire. Who can she turn to for help?
Oh my God, if she ran into Syria Farrell somehow, that would be so cool.
Okay.
I don't think she can go back to the House of Black and White again. Like, there's no way at this point. Jackson was the one who sent that other person. So, yeah, I don't know. That's the only person I can think of in Bravos right now. Or maybe she'll try to go to Daenerys. Yeah. But that would maybe after she'll try to go to Daenerys. But like,
yeah, Coldfire was basically asking is she still going to be able to book passage and like bleeding out like that. And...
No, she's not to run into someone and help them first immediately at least. I just don't know who though. But hopefully Syria or somebody she was already had allies with.
Now to kind of transition it over to the Hound, do you think the Hound will ever reunite with Arya at some point?
Ooh, maybe, yeah. I think he'll be at the Walls, so maybe she'll be at the Wall at some point.
Okay. And so that was Stephanie Vales asking that, and will he hold a grudge for her leaving him to die?
I think at first, but I think he'll understand after.
Okay. And then
because he wanted her to kill him anyways, so I mean, if anything, it's better that, like, especially after he's like done this whole like turning the new leaf thing.
Okay. Aaron Burton wants to know thoughts on other potential reunions for the Hound, like how
Sansa,
how he would react to like Cersei, Sansa, like any, or his brother.
He might reunite with his brother eventually, but right now I think it's just gonna be. I think Sansa will be the next reunited.
But everyone, again, belongs Los, Bobby Nicoli, Rafa Baba, Carlos Jimenez. What does it feel like to have the Hound back?
Oh, so good, because I wanted him at the Wall. I really think he's going to be at the Wall, just knowing his story and plotline. Like, it makes so much sense. So I really want to see him fighting White Walkers and, like, with a huge Valyrian sword and, like, fighting, like, you know... Well, obviously, I guess he wouldn't fight the Whites because they only die with fire. But he'd still kind of fight them. But I want to see him at the Wall for sure.
Okay. What's his role in future events? Belanzlos, Mr. Biggles, Montana Donaldson.
That and the Wall, and then maybe fighting for Sansa and fighting for the Starks and taking back after maybe they are done with the Night King. If that all finishes, maybe trying to take back the North after, or maybe before that, helping them take back the North and then going to fight the Night King.
Mr. Biggles wants to know that with the Hound coming back this episode, does that increase the likelihood of Joffrey coming back?
Oh, God. I hope not. Yeah, I mean, it does, but he's been so dead so long. I really hope he just stays dead, but I'm at 20% with all these deaths like John and now him. And the Mountain.
Liz wants to know if you were surprised to see the violent, cynical Sandor Clegane living at a peaceful village.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah, then just hanging out like a perfect utopia, and then sure enough, that's life. It just gets taken away by some assholes.
Now, you're not a huge fan of the High Sparrow as far as the Seven is concerned, but you got to see Ian McShane as Septon Ray. Liz wants to know your thoughts on him and comparing him to the High Sparrow.
I like that he's open-minded as a High Sparrow or as a Septon, and he's, you know, a good preacher for the most part, and not so Bible. Or I guess it's not the Bible. Whatever they're called is
the seven-pointed
star. Or whatever. You know, he's not just so like by the text, and you know, it's more just the life experiences. And he understands people have been through different things, and he seemed like a great guy. So I was like, damn, that sucks to take away in one episode. Especially because he's a really good actor too. So I thought he was going to be involved for a while, but that's crazy. He just died immediately. But he really. I mean, but that shows how quickly he helped the Hound.
Well, because the Hound was like, you know, those guys are from the Brotherhood Without Banners. They serve the Red God, you know, or the Lord of Light, and not the same God as you. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, hey.
So, does it make you wish someone like Ray would have become the High Septon instead?
Oh, that would have been so cool. Hopefully, a person like Ray still will. But honestly, compared to, like, not that the High Septon isn't an important role, but honestly, it wasn't a role until the High Sparrow made it a role. So, I just want him taken out of power.
Now, so this is from Melina Martin. The Clegane brothers seem to have followed similar paths. Both should be dead, and for a time were given up as such. Both have found a new life, but Sandor's rebirth was with a new moral, while Gregor's seems to be a little bit like an evil Frankenstein. Well, Frankenstein's monster. Do you think it hints at an ultimate reunion and fight between the two? And Rafa Baba wants to know, Clegane Bull hype?
I think if they were to reunite, I think the Hound would win. But yeah, I think they're definitely gonna fight against each other again for sure.
Okay.
Which is crazy because they haven't even touched swords since season 1.
Yeah.
When he blocked that one.
Yeah, because everybody always like has really
horse.
wanted the Clegane Bowl. You know, you were did you possibly push that as one of the things for Oberyn and Tyrion?
No, because the Hound was already much gone.
Right, yeah.
But
there was something that
I
think there was
did say
another
they were gonna
reaction
fight,
channel
yeah.
that thought it was going to be the Hound
Oh,
versus
really?
the Mountain, but
I remember I thought that they were gonna fight each other in like season 2 or maybe early season 3. I remember I thought they were gonna fight for something, but they ended up not. I thought he was gonna defend Sansa. I think I forgot what though.
So Bob Nicoli and Darth Noloff wants to know what the deal with slaughtering the villagers was. Like,
I don't know.
Who did it?
I mean, if it is the Brotherhood without banners, that's who I thought it was. If it is them, then I don't know why they would, unless they were just trying to take any possessions or money or anything now, or I don't know why they would just slaughter. I mean, they aren't the same believers, so it might just be a religious like pilgrimage because I guess the Brotherhood banner without banner are following the Lord of Light right now.
The Lord of Light does burn people alive for
burn them and or I guess
for
kill
not
them.
believing.
Exactly, and so it might just be the religious standpoint on that.
Okay. And then T-Dog P's comment transitions us from the Hound to another character. From one to Lyanna Mormont, how badass is the Hound?
Lyanna Mormont. She's really badass. That's funny. She's really good. I like that. I like her position. It also shows that Sansa can be a head of a house eventually if she really gets to.
So yeah, Bob Nicoli, Montana Donaldson, everyone's pretty much asking initial thoughts.
No, she's badass. I like how she weighs in on decisions good. She's a great leader. So
the actress that they got for her
she's
is
doing
awesome.
a great job too. Yeah, the actress is good.
So
yeah, the character's awesome.
Chloe Riley wants to know how can she possibly get any better than she already is?
If
Is it
she's
even
also
possible?
a warrior, that would be crazy. If she's like in battle with like a little mini axe or something.
She did say that her
mom was a
mom
warrior. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So who knows? Maybe she has like a bow and arrow or something badass. That would be pretty cool. She was also a fighter. I mean, technically, she is Tyrion's wife, so arguably, if she had some training, she could be just as bad. I mean, Arya's not too much taller, and Arya can hold her own like small quarters.
So Liz wants me to point out that this is Bella Ramsey's first credited role in acting ever.
Oh, way to go! Good job.
And Liz wants me to tell you about the various memes that came out after this episode aired regarding how if Lyanna Mormont was the one trying to invade Westeros instead of Dany, it would have probably happened 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh my god!
It would have been like, it would have already happened 2 or 3 seasons ago.
Yeah, she gets shit done. I'm calling her for the crown. I think she should be the next queen of Westeros.
And then you kind of got a little bit of like her relations to other Mormonts, but Liz just wanted to clarify. Lyanna's mother was Lady Mage, who is Gior's sister. So that means Gior was her uncle, and Jorah is her first cousin.
That makes sense. Yeah, Jorah is the only living somewhat living. We'll find out if he ended up staying living.
Right.
Mormont right now to her between the two.
Well, yeah,
I mean, obviously
you just went to Bear Island.
Yeah, but I mean, of
the
two of those guys.
So, and that also kind of nicely transitions us into Sansa and Jon.
Time out. Fucking Longclaw was right in front of her, and Jon had it as his sword, but technically she didn't know. But that's technically a Mormon sword that he was just rocking so disrespectfully right in front of her.
If it had the bear sigil
still
still
on
on
it, that'd been so ballsy. It might have been pissed.
They might have taken it
back. But he had his other little sigil on it, so he was doing. That's funny. I didn't even catch that at first. I thought about that after. Yeah.
So Jon and Sansa. So this is Liz again. Jon and Sansa are on a tour of the North, trying to recruit allies to their cause. The Wildlings agree because they owe Jon a big one, and they do seem to respect him.
Yeah.
Davos helped convince a skeptical Lady Mormont, despite the fact that she refused Stannis before, because the North knows no king but a king in the North whose name is Stark.
Which there should be more people to rally. I feel like Sansa's right.
Does she have a fair point when she was giving Jon and Sansa a hard time at first?
True. Yeah. Honestly, because I mean, even though they still believe that the Stark name is the one that they only respect, at the end of the day, they don't know if there's actually a fighting cause. She has to worry about her own people. She can't just keep throwing out bannermen. I mean, imagine how... I mean, if they already fought for Robb, I mean, they've had to have lost a bunch of men already, like, to even begin with, let alone... So then if she's sending even more men, I mean, she's probably have no one to defend Bear Island, if that many. And so, plus she's gone now, too, fighting with them, and that's great, but... You know, who knows about you know, the Ironborn or if anybody else will come and attack at any point. And so she has to worry about that kind of stuff.
And it wasn't only House Mormont showing resistance. They approach another loyalist family, House Glover, but Glover makes it clear why he won't.
Glover can burn. No, I understand where he's coming from too.
Yeah, Kiyomi and Cobra Kai kind of just like really wanted to point out like that's how Rob's decision to marry Talissa has had so much of
and I still agree that it was stupid of Rob to marry Talissa in the moment, not take up his commitment to the phrase, but to marry her during wartime instead of just have her as like on the side. You don't have to like put her on the side, but you get my point. Like, you know, but like honestly though, like if you would have just had her like, you know, healing people and then like put off their romances until later on, maybe even after. I get like why he was like in the moment with it, but honestly, that was just such a statement to everyone fighting, and plus that shows where his commitment lied. So he should have really waited on that and then told the phrase after he'd already had everything conquered and won that like, hey, we're not going to do this, right? Because he didn't call for a marriage right then and there until it was Edmure. Right. Because at first he was just like, as long as you're cool with it, that's what we're going to do. And then he was fine. But then him showing that he said, like, literally he like told everyone to fuck off. And then Karstark's situation could have been handled differently.
Well, they didn't decide to marry Edmure until after.
After that, that's what I'm saying. But they didn't. The phrase didn't call for him to immediately come there right then and there before they sent any help. Like they were already sending help, already let him through. All he had to do was just win the war and then tell him no, or however that wanted to be. But to do that during battle, during the war, before you've already won, like he was getting cocky and like careless a lot towards the end there. And so even though he was winning battles, but. I forgot how we got to that, but
and then people are just kind of asking, did like you said, Lyanna Mormont had right to be skeptical, and again Glover kind of having.
Oh, he's right. I was just kidding about being brave.
Valid points in his refusal. Yeah. Like at least Lyanna Mormont eventually joined.
Yeah, that's true.
But Glover's refusal still understandable.
Still understandable. I mean, even though I would have understood Mormont, like Lady Mormont's like that too. I mean, honestly, but. I don't have any like. Yeah, I agree with his decision. I don't feel like it's bad at all. Like, I mean, it's his understanding that, you know, from his wife and daughter got thrown off by the freaking Ironborn while he was getting defended for Rob.
Yeah.
Rob called on the banners, so like, there's only so many times you can keep calling on banners and losing. And so.
Yeah. So Belongs wants to know about like the tension kind of between Sansa and Jon. How, you know. She's like, you know, why are you trusting Davos? And
yeah, and also because like she's also like, I think she's gonna get to one where she's gonna be like, don't forget whose fucking war this is, like, because Jon's starting to take over a little bit and kind of like telling her like, you know, but like at the end of the day, I think she's gonna snap to be like, listen, like I told you I can do this with you or without you. You said you wanted to be a part of it, but don't, you know, I don't feel like he's making the right decisions correctly. And again, I honestly think that they should have a small task force of men. Just go in and try to like get Rickon out at least,
okay, and
then try to come back and fight after, or just try to go sabotage some, you know, and then also have people go and then send Sansa with men to go like talk to these people, you know, like, you know, and try to get people to rally while they at the same, you know, I just feel like they're not just having a big force and going against they have to have some type of battle plan. I think Davos will come up with something hopefully.
No. Despite that tension, Fallen Star wants to know if you're shipping Jon and Sansa.
I haven't seen them. Am I what?
Shipping Jon and Sansa.
No.
Jon having more of Ned Stark's haircut, Sansa looking more like Cat. I don't know.
That's so weird.
Oh man, half siblings.
I guess there's some more weird shit in this show.
There's weirder shit in this show.
I hope not.
So Montana Donaldson, do you think Jon and Sansa will be successful in taking Winterfell? We have to pause. We're gonna get back to this. I gotta move my car. Montana Donaldson asking if you think Jon and Sansa will be successful in taking back Winterfell.
Yeah. But with some type of casualty, someone's dying, maybe even Davos.
Okay. Aurelia Diaz, do you think Sansa is fooling herself into thinking she has learned the game? Or has just lost the ability to trust anyone. She doesn't think Sir Davos is good enough to be Jon's most trusted advisor, even though he has secured the Mormonts for their side.
She's learned. Okay, I'm gonna answer this. Yes, she's learning the game better. She is getting overly cocky, and she also does not trust anyone. But like all separate. Like yes, she doesn't trust anyone. She also has learned the game a lot bit better, but she is a little bit cockier than she should be.
So basically, I'm assuming this next question is going to be yes. Melina Martin wants to know should Sansa try a different approach.
I mean that's hard to say different. Like.
Because she tried to like be like, "Hey, Lord Glover, you pledge to the House Starks when we call."
Oh, like, I see what you're saying. Yes, to the houses, yes. I didn't know if she meant to John or how you were. Yes, to the houses, yeah. In general, well, I would say in general, no. I like how she's handling herself in general, but to the houses, yeah. Because just even John was spinning the wrong narrative, and honestly, if Littlefinger is a testament to anything, it's spinning narratives in your favor, and so the narrative of a house that you've been loyal to this entire time is not a good narrative, but a narrative to a broken house that got betrayed and got overthrown and has a captured child and is just trying to figure everything else out and is the only hope to fight the White Walker army. That is a good narrative, and so Davos understood that and at least enough to try to get through to her, and that's why he got the Mormonts, and I think it makes her a little bit standoffish to him right off the bat because she doesn't know him that well. She knows that he's with Lady Melisandre on some level, and she already knows not to trust Lady Melisandre. Or was that Arya? That was Arya. Never mind. Either way, she doesn't. I don't think she likes the fact that he helped John, and she didn't in that situation. But yeah, she needs to start acting different to these lords.
So let's head over to the Greyjoys. Roger Smith so first off, you were thinking that they were going to be heading towards Dany, and this episode kind of confirmed it. So Roger Smith wants to know who will make it to Marine first, Yara and Theon or Euron?
I would fucking hope Yara and Theon. They have faster ships already built and are already pretty much already there. So if maybe Euron will go by himself.
Okay.
That would have been smart if he still had like one really fast ship or could build one really fast ship somehow that fast. And he just sails there with like a good amount of men, like a good killing force or whatever.
Because they did just stop off. If you feel like he just takes a straight shot or whatever instead of stopping at the.
Or even if he catches them before they leave and can change Dany's mind, try to at least like kill them. I don't know. Like either way, I think they'll make it there first still. But I think Euron will. If Euron leaves. Euron will not have a chance if he waits for his 1,000 ships to be built, or even a good amount. That's going to take a while. Right. And the men will be tired. They're ready to just sail, I'm sure, right after. Like, it's not going to... But if he sails with himself, then he could probably make it either at the same time or a little bit after.
So, Bob Nicoli wants to know which ones... if either Greyjoys will be able to forge an alliance with Dany.
Yeah, one of them will. And I'm hoping it's not Euron.
How will that affect the other?
It'll make Euron try to fight them.
Okay, so if they make if Theon,
it'll create an enemy out of whoever the other one is.
And then whoever doesn't get the alliance of Daenerys, what's their play then?
To give someone else the ships, which would probably be Euron, and he'll probably give. If he was smart, he would attack the Boltons for Jon and ally with Jon.
Okay. So Jon and Euron, and then Theon, Yara, and Daenerys?
Yeah. Because if he knows a little bit, he'd know which one would be Theon's enemy, pretty much, and who'd also be wanting to stay. But that's hard because, I guess he could spin the narrative. I'm new here. I'm new at Iron Island. I didn't do this stuff, but I don't know if he fought in the war against the Starks. I'm not sure how that whole thing is, but if I was him, that'd be a smarter play because if you try to go in with that whole King's Landing situation right now, plus the way it's kind of laid out is kind of weird for the Greyjoys to ally with them. So if I was him, I'd align with the North, which would be against the Boltons. Unless he thinks the Boltons would win, and then he tries to align with the Boltons, and it'd just be the super badass bad team. But they were fighting the Boltons and the Greyjoys, so I'm assuming he'd just try to kill the Boltons and then try to betray Jon later.
Okay. Belongslowes, will Theon kill himself as Yara suggested?
No.
And kind of along those lines, Montana Donaldson, is Theon truly back?
No, but he's getting there. This is the first step so far. I start getting to try to be back to Theon, and then he'll try to hope. I mean, he won't get back to Theon, but he'll come to some new confidence of a person.
Okay.
And hopefully a better person that's like trying to do good for people instead.
And then Melina Martin, you seem to be more or less forgiving of Theon. However, he himself, like when they were talking about, we're gonna fight for justice, and then he's like, if I ever had justice, my burnt body would hang on the gates of Winterfell.
Yeah, but I think whoever needs to change the narrative because he's got to think of it. What is that going to help anything? Him killing himself.
Okay.
But him staying alive and being in someone's debt, especially the Starks, that would be justice if anything. But him getting killed is not going to do anything at all.
Okay.
I mean, that's not going to help anything. Besides, like, maybe revenge, but even then, not really.
So, King's Landing. What do you think Marjorie's message to Olenna means? Roger Smith, Montana Donson, asking you about like the note or the rose that she gave Olenna.
I'm sure just that like the rose grows strong, or that like she's just like pretty much saying that she's just to listen to her and that she's just pretending.
Okay. Does she have a plan?
Yes. And it's probably to try to keep getting into Joffrey's ear through the faith. Or not Joffrey, goddammit. Tom.
Joffrey confirmed.
I'm so used to Marjorie with Joffrey. Tommen. God, that little piece of shit. I think she'll use the faith. She's smart, and she realized that she can just use the Sparrow's own text against him. That's why she's learning it so well. And I think that's why he kind of checked her. It's like, you can know every word in there, but just like, understand who the real artist is here. But like, I think she still played back a little bit smart enough, which was good. So I think she'll get into Tommen's ear through the faith and then try to somehow get the Sparrow taken out of power by Tommen using the faith.
And then Montana Donaldson is Lady Olenna making the right move by actually taking Marjorie's advice and leaving.
If she actually leaves.
Okay.
If she actually leaves, yes. I don't think she'll leave. I think Cersei will keep being in her ear and trying to keep her to stay, and I think they'll do something that might fuck up what Marjorie had going. Or maybe it won't, and before they can even do anything, Marjorie already gets him taken out of power. Either way, he needs to be taken out of power by the end of the season. If you guys are still not knowing what's going on with the Sparrow, I'm gonna fucking stop watching the show. Season 7's canceled. Fuck the bullshit. I don't care about that. I'm just kidding. But, like, I would be fucking astonished if this is who George R. keeps around. After all the people he's taken from me.
Well, again, not necessarily George R.
That's true. If the fucking show somehow keeps us, I don't know, but it's okay. Either way, he needs to be taken out of power very, very quickly. It's crazy that he's not. And this whole bullshit, like the people are behind him, is stupid because no one gave a fuck about the people whatsoever during Joffrey's rule.
Yeah.
And I know that was bad, but it's still better than this. Like, they can make it up to the people somehow, but letting this guy run in power with the people is insane.
Yeah. All right. Last thing, let's go over to the siege in the Riverlands. So,
yeah. Blackfish. I hope he wins.
Yes, belongs Los. Jaime is looked down upon by the Blackfish. Why does Jaime stay honest? I.e., why does he not say that he not have Sansa and Arya? He could just lie and be like, I do have Sansa and Arya.
Oh, I guess. I'm sure he knows that he knows that they don't have her. Like, I think it was more like a witty banter. I think everyone knows that they don't have Sansa. They don't have Arya either. So I think it's more of a like, I know you're not here to give me my daughters back. Like, that's the last thing we talked about. So unless you're coming back to be crafted, what are we talking about? More kind of thing. It was just like witty banter, but I mean, he does have some overall sense of duty as much as he's an oathbreaker.
Okay.
But I don't think that was really that. I think that was reading into that a little bit.
Okay, so Chloe Riley. All right. Jaime's in the Riverlands for a siege. Let's break it down. Sieges take a long time and use a lot of resources. The Lannister army is the largest army in Westeros, which is both a blessing and a curse because they have a lot of men to lose, but they also have a lot of men to feed. With winter coming, the Crown really can't afford to spend 2 years in front of Riverrun trying to starve them out.
That's very true.
What do you think the outcome of this siege will be?
I think they'll leave them.
Okay.
I think they'll leave.
Any ideas about the consequences of using so many supplies and men in the eve of winter?
It'll drop the Lannisters out of power very, very quickly, since they'll have nothing to offer. Like, very, very quickly. They'll drop to probably one of the lower houses.
Right. Was the Blackfish just being stubborn, or did he have a good reason to continue
he has a good
resisting?
reason. He also has the good narrative, and he has the men fighting behind him stronger. To the other men on the other side of the wall, they're fighting a siege. To the men behind the wall, they're fighting for their home.
Yeah. Jasper Halsey, how badass is the damn blackfish?
I fucking love the blackfish. Especially after this episode cut his throat thing, or get on with it. That was good.
Alright, so that covers basically the episode. We've got some like random questions. Aaron Burton. The names of the direwolves can subtly foreshadow the inner characteristics of each Stark counterpart. For example, Grey Wind. Rob's words are wind and made of grey oaths, I guess. Lady Sansa.
That's fucked up, Grey oaths. Fuck off. You guys are reading into that one.
Lady Sansa wishes for the princess life, and that princess life dies just like a wolf. Ghost. Now John is literally a living ghost.
That's kind of true.
Shaggy
Dog and his hairstyle.
Melina Martin wanted to add on Shaggy Dog for Rickon's wildling style of life. For Nymeria for being a great warrior. Like I believe it was a Martell warrior that Nymeria was named after.
Okay.
A fierce character like Arya.
Yeah.
So so that was
oh, that's cool. I guess.
Melina Martin added on those last two, but the general question was, if you had direwolves, what do you think their names would be for each of you? So
you already knew the question. I'll let you answer first.
I don't know what a direwolf that explains my inner workings. I don't know.
There's a
Merlin.
Like a sorcerer.
Yeah, Merlin. I'm a member of the Magic Castle. Merlin.
That's a good question. I would probably name my direwolf Stone.
Okay.
Stoneheart.
LSH.
Consistent.
So Gerben Venison wanted to clarify, because you asked about this earlier, and they just wanted to let you know. Not a question, but just letting you know that there is no slavery in Bravos, because Bravos was founded by escaped slaves, and so Bravosi, like the Westerosi people, are opposed to it.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
That was
the free city of Bravos, is what they say. That's right.
Okay, so Iron Eid. How do you feel about the season so far, having two popular fan favorite characters brought back from the dead? In some sense. John and the Hound.
Oh yeah, I forgot John at the beginning. Great, I like it. I mean, it's still pushing more into the mythical side of it, and so I really like where they're going with it. And hopefully, the Hound continues to go along the path that I wanted him to the wall, and hopefully, John can keep helping Sansa.
Carlos Jimenez. Since Game of Thrones likes bringing characters back now, who would you like to see come back realistically?
Fuck off, but Robert, listen, you guys know my answer to this. What the fuck?
Realistically.
Well, none of them are fucking realistically at this point. If we really want to get at it, like, technically all of them have been dead for a while.
No, what about the guy that just died?
Jorah.
No.
That guy? Oh my god, if he came back you know what would actually be really cool is if they got into like almost like Supernatural style. I don't know if you guys watch the show Supernatural, but like that there's like living gods. They're not like actually. I think he actually played a god in that show at one point. Comment if that's true. Or he played a god in some show. I can't remember which show. But anyways, if he was actually like one of the gods and like that was just like him trying to like lead.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool. So I guess him. I want that to happen realistically. And if I guess people that are dying, Jorah, I want Jorah to come back. If you guys want to make it really realistic. And if we're just doing what I'd want, fucking Robin Tillis, so you guys know the answer to that. Like, I really want Robin Tillis so bad.
Now, you
so
already
a month and a half, it's only been.
You already answered this question a couple months ago. I don't know if the answer's changed at all. Melina Martin wants to know if you intend to read the books.
Oh, man.
Because originally you were saying no because like just the time commitment. And
yeah, it's just the time commitment. I mean I would. It's just like I don't. I mean not to say that I wouldn't get a ton from it. It's just that that I would have probably liked to read the books already and then watch this. But it's just like it's one of those things where it's like I don't really like doing both because they're two separate things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not to say that I'm sure the books are amazing. It's just since I've already seen the show, I have a preconceived notion of what certain things. Yeah, exactly. When you guys read the books already and never, because the people who read the books and watch the show at the same time get kind of a joint appreciation at the same time. It's like one continuous art piece. But if you've read all the books and then watch the show is kind of stupid to you a lot, probably multiple times, or at least disappointing a lot. And so, as much as I'm sure there'd be great things in the book, it'd be a completely different read for me. So, it almost like making another huge commitment.
The first book is a lot like the first season, though.
Oh, okay. So that would be cool. Maybe I'll read the first book. We'll see
And
from
then
there.
kind of go
But
from there, yeah.
but I'm not a huge reader already. But if I wouldn't like, I'm not like saying no for sure. But
And then again, a question that we've answered probably a couple times, but Tyler P wants to know if you had to choose a house to be a part of, which would it be? Starks. I would like freaking the Tyrells, just because High Garden.
Yeah, Tyrells were my second.
Like High
and then
Garden.
Martells are my third.
High Garden would be really nice.
High Garden would be
I don't know if
really
I would
nice.
like to live in the desert like the Martells.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're third. But I do like their whole like the way they look at things.
Yeah.
But I think Stark's definitely still number one. I don't even like the snow like that, but I'd still want to be a Stark.
Okay, cool. I think that just about covers it for this episode. So, again, thanks for watching. Valar Udlisis.
Valar Udlisis, my friends.
Until next time.